there are facts and there are stories. Because if you exclude stories from our lives, from humans' lives, then basically what we have is one big report of facts and numbers.
I like to call it a method, a non-formal method of education, because it's not just the telling itself, the telling of a story, but it's also that it has different stages. So in order to prepare the audience for a story, so for the learning point, we usually create some activities before the story, for entering the stories, in order for the audience to get used with the elements of the story. And then the next stage, the second stage, is the telling of the story. And at this point, it's very important for the teller to use his voice and the gestures and the body movements, and also to involve the audience into the story by questioning them or by making long pauses, by inviting them to draw something, and many other techniques that can be used. And then is the third stage, the stage where the audience and also the storyteller are living the story. And also at this point there could be some activities that can be done in order to reflect upon the story, in order to learn the basic and get to the point of the story, to the moral.
Yeah, I liked one activity, it was called Voices, when one person was telling the beginning of the story, and the voices to other people, they answered the questions that the audience asked them. So it's a good activity for my students because everybody is involved, and you can practice asking the questions, because it's one of the points when you're studying grammar.
I think one of the most important attitude the storyteller should have is to be passionate about what he's talking about. He has to, or she has to also like the story himself or herself, because if you don't like the story, you probably won't be enthusiastic enough to tell it, and others would not maybe perceive it in the way you wanted it to be. So that's the one thing. Another attitude the storyteller should have is to be kind of honest with its audience. So because audience can quickly feel the way if you are dishonest, or if you're lying, or if you're not 100% sure of what you're talking about. So it kind of influences how you perceive and how you deliver it.
I think I've learned, or it's been getting easier for me to talk in front of a group, and also I've learned a lot about creativity and to just, let ideas come and use them like that. And yeah, I've also learned a lot of methods about energizing and about, as a storyteller, interacting with a crowd. I think everybody has their own way to tell a story, but I think everybody has a potential to learn to interact with the audience and use different methods, and so I think everybody can learn it, and everybody has it already inside somehow.
Of storytelling side, I really liked yesterday. I think about the story about storytelling, about the guy who made this journey of hero story, who examined all the stories ever told and tried to make this major plot of these things.
What we could observe very well in this training course is that people gradually opened up more and more, and also because we embedded it in different other tools like improv theater and creativity tools. So you could really see, also thanks to the small size of the group, how everybody from day to day opened up more and put more and more creativity and passion into the stories that were invented and told, and in the mutual inspiration. So it was really a very synergetic lab of special people
I think it would be interesting to see the dynamics, how working with the group to give them the opportunity to make them the story themselves rather than telling the story, much more interesting. And it will shape out precisely the way that the group needs it. So I think this one is one of the greatest tools.
And I believe stories are the most beautiful presents teachers can give to their students. I honestly believe that storytelling has no age limit, so storytelling is not for kids or only for young people. It's also very powerful for adults. And also technology is still the second powerful tool for children and for young people, because it hasn't been replaced by a person telling a story.